never slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented
Good evening, baseball fans. You are here with Ken on Yankees The Ugly Truth. And since we're not having a live play-by-play tonight, I decided to have an open panel. It's been a while since we had one. Well, not really. We had one earlier this afternoon when I was doing some live testing. So I don't really have an agenda right now. And yes, Kaz, I know that I misspelled the word from. That was a brain fart. They happen upon occasion, but thank you anyhow. Let's see. We have John the Beagle Dad. Welcome, brother. And of course, Kaz, the Spelling Meister, Jonathan, Susan. And there are a few more out there, but you haven't chimed in. When you do, I will give you a shout out. Right now, I'm going to drop the link. So anyone who wants to come up, please feel free to do so, and we'll talk some baseball. Is everyone hearing the audio well? My son John came over. He made some more adjustments. Hopefully everything works. All right, Jonathan. 10 to 15 minutes it is. I just dropped a short, maybe about 5 minutes or so ago. It's Anthony Volpe's return, not such an auspicious start. So when you get a chance, head over, check it out, and let me know what you think. I want to talk about a few topics. Nothing scripted in particular. So I guess we'll start with the injury bug. Recently, we've had a flurry of injuries from the Jason Dominguez shoulder sprain to Jose Caballero's hairline fracture on his index or middle finger to the Max Fried going out for imaging. Why would you say it's a popular short, Jazz? Really? 600 views in less than 5 minutes? Pretty good. And, you know, we played on some of our layers of depth, bringing up Spencer Jones to take the Giancarlo Stanton / Jason Dominguez round trip. Now we brought Anthony Volpe up to sort of replace Jose Caballero, although there was a lot of speculation that Caballero did not even want to go on the IL. He said that he could play through it without any degradation of bat skills or fielding. And, you know, basically he said that he'll go on the IL for 10 days, and when he comes back, he will be back with the team. Boone has made it clear that when Caballero returns, that he will resume his position as a starting shortstop. So I'm glad that they put that out, so there's not a discussion. Max Fried, that's the question. At this point, I haven't seen anything with regard to what type of an injury he has, the duration that he will be out for. The only things that I've seen so far is there is not any damage to his elbow with regard to the UCL tear. There was no tear on his elbow. Could it be floating bone chips or something like that in his elbow? Possibly. Uh, I saw something with Freed when he was pitching in the outing that he faced Mizorowski in. All of his pitches seemed to be high, outside, um, just not painting the strike zone like he had done in the past. And when he started the game against Baltimore, it didn't look really any better. Uh, and I think when he had the fielding play that he took off of the third base line and then threw away to Rice, he possibly aggravated the elbow, whether it be a hyperextension or whatnot. So he may end up doing a little bit of time on the IL, and uh, there are a few candidates that could come up and take his spot. First and foremost is probably Elmer Rodriguez. He would probably be who I would go with because his last outing against the Rangers, he started out, you could tell he had the nerves and he was pitching like shit. Afterwards, for the next, I think he pitched 6 innings total. For the next 5 innings, he locked the Rangers down. They didn't do anything against him. Okay, Susan, we'll address your first statement that I see. In Susan's opinion, bringing Volpe up was a big mistake. It depends, Susan. It depends tactically what they're trying to do. Are they trying to show the rest of Major League Baseball that Volpe has recovered from his injuries and that he is actually capable of holding it down, possibly showing value in the trade market? As you know, after the Astros lost Correa, they inquired about the possibility of obtaining Volpe in a trade. So I think that there's actually interest out there. And if he can actually show anything in the 10 days that he's up, that may increase his value so that we're going to get more than a bag of potato chips for him. As far as Volpe going to second base, I had thought about that as a possibility, him eventually ending up at second base, especially with the impending ascension of George Lombard Jr. to take over at shortstop. And there's little to no doubt in my mind that he will if we actually play baseball next year. Does that mean that we're going to scrap Jose Caballero? Certainly not. Cabby has a strong arm, great range, and he has probably one of the quickest releases that I've seen since the Whitaker-Trammell combination at shortstop and second base. I envision we have Caballero under control for 4 more years, I believe, and we racked a whole lot of no, it will not help his trade value from yesterday's performance, but it was his first performance. I mean, in my short, I described the crappy play of Volpe yesterday, from his slow release, failing to complete 2 possible double plays, to his error and his light hitting ways. FJ, that's a good question. What do you see as the value of Jeffers? Obviously, he is a better hitter than Wells. Would you bring him in to be the starting catcher? And when you compare defensive metrics, Wells is a better defensive catcher than Jeffers. So would you be willing to trade off defense play calling for bat? If so, who would you be willing to part with in that trade? Well, I'll tell you what, in college, my roommate and catcher was a guy by the name of Joe Carter. Joe Carter was probably one of the best backstops I'd ever seen. I could not throw a ball past him. When he eventually ended up getting drafted, he was drafted, I believe, by the Indians organization, and they converted him, and he couldn't hit worth a shit in college. He was a horrible hitter, but he was a great glove. And when he ended up going to the show, he had been a converted catcher to an outfielder. I think he did emergency backup jobs, but all of a sudden he could hit too. The position of catcher is a rough one. Very rarely do you find a mix of a catcher who is a great defender and has a decent stick. The Yankees have been blessed with a few of them. Thurman Munson was definitely one. Jorge Posada, the big youngster. Yeah, Kaz, I am not a huge Wells fan. Never have been. To me, one of the things that Elson Howard, you're right. One of the things that's been one of my tripwires on Wells is he airmails more pitches or more throws down to second to center field than you can shake a stick at. He is terrible at throwing runners out. Can he get better at it? Possibly. I know he needs to improve his pop time because his pop time is slow. But like I said, the Yankees have been blessed with talented catchers who can hit and play good defense. We just don't happen to have one now. Do I see Wells as a long term solution at the dish for a possible dynasty run? No. One of the things that the Yankees have been noted for is building quality catchers. Matter of fact, there are 9 major league teams out there that have Yankee catchers that came out of our farm system that we developed. We used a lot of those pieces in trades to bring back folks like Elmer Rodriguez Cruz, uh, Jazz Chisholm Jr., Jake Bird. Yeah, we've done that with some position players. Our most successful position has been catcher. So. Well, I think that addressing Kaz's comment, I believe that Jazz is on a limited time here on the Yankees. If we play the 2027 season, I don't foresee the Yankees offering Jazz a qualifying offer, nor do I see them attempting to sign him for the $35 million that he is seeking. Wow, it's pretty good, Kaz. There are some possibility of catchers out there. Jason from 161 River Ave and I have been talking about the St. Louis Cardinals. They have a quality catcher at the major leagues, and 2 of their top 30. Hey, Sean, welcome to the stream. 2 of their top 30 prospects are catchers. Actually, 3 of their top 30. 2 of those 3 are in the major league top 100. there are definitely needs that the Cardinals have. Starting pitching is first and foremost. And I believe that we have pieces that we could possibly move to select one of those guys. They also need a second baseman. So is there a possibility of moving a couple of people? Pick one of those prospect catchers who could become, and the two catchers, one of them is a right-handed hitter. The other one is a switch hitter who hits well from both sides of the plate. Could we move a few pieces to get our future catcher? It's possible. Well, I mean, honestly, Kaz, Jones has seen a handful of at bats in the major leagues, and I mean, hell, his opening in that Brewers series, he saw nothing but guys who throw 100 miles an hour, and that's not atypical in AAA. So, it was an experience and definitely a learning curve for him. One of the things that I noted myself is that Jones likes to go after high fastballs. Well, let me tell you what, brother. 100-mile-an-hour fastballs that are up in the strike zone are unhittable. Or if you do hit them, you're not making hard contact with them. And Jones is going to have to learn not to chase those things. 100-mile-an-hour fastball waist high compared to chest high, two different animals completely. And my old pitching mentality, I analyze hitters like I did when I was in college. Jones also has a loop in his swing. It's a hole on the inside portion. And if you haven't noticed, pitchers are pitching him inside and up high. But let him leak something over the heart of the plate, and he will tattoo it. I guarantee it. At this point in major league stature, Dominguez is probably a more solid hitter than Jones is. I think Jones does have a future here with the Yankees, and I think it will be in center field next year if we play. I don't foresee the Yankees bringing Trent Grisham back. I think that a lot of people have bitched and complained about the QO offered to Grisham. I don't give a damn personally. At the end of the offseason last year, the Yankees were set to lose 2 out of their 3 outfielders, Grisham and Bellinger. The QO to Grisham, in my personal opinion, was a hey, Jonathan.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good. I would just listening to what you said about Grisham, and I didn't hear the last.
All right, Jonathan, I cannot hear you, and I know it's not your fault. It's something with me. So I'm going to call my son, John, and get him out here to help us out a little bit.
You can't hear me? What about now? Very strange. Test. Yeah, everything works on my end.
No, it's not you, Jonathan. It is me. John changed some of my settings, and yeah, I need you to come out here. All right, thank you. My technical advisor, John, is in the house. He is walking out the shop to help us. However,
hopefully,
as I was saying, I don't mind the QO for Grisham. Grisham was an insurance package for the Yankees in the event that we lost Bellinger, so that we could at least harness one outfielder right, I have Jonathan up here, and I cannot hear anything that he's saying. So,
Can I start talking in case you hear me? Uh, okay. Jones.
Jonathan, if you could,
Now I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
I understand that both of y'all could hear. You could hear both of us, and we're working on my technical issue right now because it is mine.
Yeah. I can hear you now. Uh, Look, the 1 year for Grisham is not a bad idea. Oh, you can hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay, I think we're good then. Even though I hear my echo. I think I agree what you said with the Grisham QO. It's a good insurance policy, and especially now that Dominguez is injured, it's a good thing to have a guy like Grisham. I'm not too pleased with the amount of money he's getting paid based on the last year's salary, but those are the rules.
Well, it is a short-term deal. I mean, it's one season.
Yeah. But going from 5 million to 22 million is quite a leap of it's quite a big raise. But again, I'm not in charge of the Yankees payroll, and that doesn't affect me. So I'm just a fan.
At this present time, sure. All right, guys and gals out there, what are your other items of concern?
I think there was some news earlier that I saw on. I think I have it in my cell phone. Let me go. Let me go look for where do I? Give me a second. The news I saw earlier that Ben Hess was reinstated. Didn't I mention that earlier?
You did for the few people that we had here, but I don't think most of the folks that are here were there Todd, when we were talking this morning.
From what I read about, he pitched today, but he only pitched 25 pitches. So I think if all is good with Ben Hess, he could be a fast rider, and we could see him next year. And depending on how he plays this year, and if we need pitchers, maybe there's a slight chance we see him this year, but that all depends on. This year would be a long stretch for him.
I still think that Chase Hampton has a lot to offer, and I wouldn't put him out of sight. I mean, he was our number one pitching prospect for a number of years before he ended up with the Tommy John surgery this past season.
I would love to see Chase Hampton this year. I don't know much about what his progress is. I haven't looked at it, but I think he would be someone who can help the Yankees immediately. He would have helped the Yankees last year if he wasn't hurt. I think he would have been brought up when Cole was. I think he would have been the first guy called up when Cole went down.
I believe that too. Are you hearing the echo now?
No, you sound like you usually sound.
Okay. Now, apparently with this new setup, for me to be able to monitor another person in this chat, I have to wear a headset. So I'm going to end up getting another set of earbuds to do something.
Jonathan, I don't know if you can see it. His microphone,
Yeah.
it's so good that it picks up him clicking the mouse.
Well, he got a strong microphone then. Because I don't have my own channel, I don't think I had a need to invest in a microphone, although I do have a headphone that has a microphone attached to it, but I don't use it at home. I use it when I go at my job.
Welcome, Chef Nick, to the stream.
Chef, if you want to come up, the StreamYard link is in the chat. So what? Who is pitching tomorrow? Let me get the matchup.
It's Cam Schlittler versus Clay Holmes.
Schlittler versus Holmes. That's
Yep.
Well, what are your thoughts on Holmes being a starting pitcher?
I mean, he's figured something out. He's changed his repertoire, and he's doing okay with the Mets.
Yeah.
I think that the conversion from being a closer to a starter is eventually going to take its toll on him with regard to the amount of innings that he's pitching.
Yeah, tomorrow's game is also on Apple TV.
Yep, and I will be calling it. I do have Apple TV, much to my chagrin.
Well, I only have Apple TV because of the Yankees, really, and that's worth the $100 a year that they charge me. Better than paying monthly.
Yep.
But who else is who else is close to returning from the injured list? Do you have an idea? Maybe
I think that they.
Rodon.
I believe that Caballero is only going to be on the IL for 10 days. I think that Dominguez is closer to a return than we think. I don't think he was going to be gone for 2 weeks. The only thing that I know as far as the Mets series is that on Saturday, Carlos Rodon is starting for us. They haven't announced it for the Mets yet.
Carlos Rodon, according to the Yankees website, Carlos Rodon is on the active roster.
Well, he is on the active roster. He pitched in the Milwaukee series,
Yeah, so
and then
I expect him to pitch against the Mets.
they have Ryan Weathers meeting up against Freddie Peralta in the series finale on Sunday.
Mhm. Rodon is currently scheduled to pitch on Saturday. That's what it says right here. With the Mets being Saturday's game is on Fox at 7:15. Rodon versus to be announced.
I think that they may end up going with an opener in that series.
Yeah.
That's probably why you haven't seen it, because it'll be based on the workload of the bullpen for Friday night's game.
Yeah. But the other problem with the Yankees is I think the bats need to start coming or hitting with runners in scoring position, because that has been the one thing that has really hurt the Yankees so far in the last 7 weeks of the season.
Honestly, Lou, not really concerned with the rest of the American League, what they're doing one way or another. I think when it's all said and done, the Yankees have the best rotation in the American League. Hell, I think they may have the best rotation in baseball when it's all said and done. There's some patchwork that needs to be done in the bullpen. With regard to the bats, I don't know.
I think honestly, I think the Rays are the only ones that can challenge the Yankees in the AL East right now. And of course, all that can change after the trade deadline.
Hey, Dove, welcome to the stream. All right, guys and gals in the chat, I know you got something else on your mind. Throw it out there.
Get Jazz out ASAP. Look, I don't expect Jazz to be here next year. I think has a bad attitude for the Yankees and in the direction they've taken. So if Jazz doesn't start to play well, maybe he could be replaced at some point this year, but I find that highly unlikely. The only guy who could replace Jazz right now potentially is Peraza, and he's not ready.
Hey, Nick, welcome to the stream.
Cabrera in AAA. Right, Cabrera.
What's up, everyone? Good to see everyone. Wow.
Hi, Chef.
Been a long time, almost eternity, just like when the asteroid hit the dinosaurs, but we're here now and we're alive and well. How you guys doing?
I'm doing
Not
good.
bad, not bad.
Okay. Not bad is not good, so I'll take it. It's in the middle. Awesome.
Well, done some changing in my setup, so I'm doing some tweaks today. So that's the not bad portion. As you can see, I'm wearing a damn headset, which I truly hate.
I love it.
But when I don't, everybody hears echoes from everyone else that's up in the channel. I'll wear a headset so that everybody can have peace and quiet and not a damn headache.
Okay, that makes sense. So what are we talking about? We're talking about Sydney Sweeney. We're talking about Pamela Anderson. I don't know. Baywatch. What are we talking about here?
Well, we were talking the possibility of Jazz being moved out, and where we could go from there. Okay. Oswald Cabrera, he's not ready. He is playing like doo-doo down in the minors. Yeah. You know, I I had stated that if the Yankees were bold when Caballero went down, they would have brought Lombard up instead of Volpe. But strategically, they could be showcasing Volpe's skills for a possible trade. That's the only reason that I can see that they would give him consistent reps, because I just dropped a short just before the stream that basically summarized Volpe's return to the major leagues.
Well,
Auspicious.
Well, look, I agree. I think Volpe is not the long-term fit for the Yankees for a few reasons. One, they drafted a whole bunch of shortstops over the last 3 years. Well, I'm sure one of those guys can fill the shortstop position. And Volpe has had 3 years to show if he can be a major league player. And all 3 years, he's not shown he can hit above 250. So I think the Yankees, after this year, will move on from Volpe if they don't trade him at the deadline.
So you think the Astros, are they like you always hear about the Astros? Do you think that's the only team?
It won't be the only team. And look,
okay.
right now you cannot say who will get injured, who will need help in July.
Mm-hmm.
There's always injuries. Someone might look at Volpe and say, "We see this guy. We can fix him. I'll take him off your hand. I'll trade him, whatever, and I'll make a trade for you." There's always someone who Volpe. I think Volpe is still 25 years old, 24 years old. So there are teams out there who will take a chance on someone who's in their mid-20s, and if they can trade him for, I don't know, 2 or 3 young prospects that are a couple years away, and they see a way to fix Volpe's problem, I'm sure they would make the trade.
What that's why, because we have they have like again, that's why I asked what the specific teams. I know like the Astros came out with that, and there might be other teams, like you said, Jonathan, to that point. But do you think that, and Ken too, chime in too, I want to get you guys pick your brains with this too. Like, do you think we would get like 2 or 3 prospects out of that deal in regards to Volpe, if it's a desperate situation? I guess it depends on what's going on, like what's the situation. If if players are injured and they need someone right now, and they need someone like right now, like, do you think the Yankees can pretty much be aggressive enough, be like, okay, well, or do like a little negotiation deal type of here, where it's like, you have problems of your own, you want Volpe, we want more. Do you think a potential
that will all depend on the need at the time of the trade deadline? Right now, it's the trade deadline is about 10 weeks away. I think it's about 10 weeks. 2.5 months. So in 10 weeks, that answer will be much easier. That question will be much easier to answer.
Okay, that makes sense.
I think
hard to predict 10 weeks ahead.
Yeah, right.
Well, with regard to Volpe, people will be analyzing his skill set as a potential move to second base. So if a team is needing a second baseman / shortstop, Volpe would be an ideal candidate for that.
Yeah, I think he also works better at second base.
And I personally don't think that Volpe has a strong enough arm to play shortstop.
I agree.
But I think that Volpe was done a disservice because we brought him up too early.
Mm-hmm.
He essentially didn't have a AAA upbringing whatsoever. And, there was a lot of talk of always sending him down. Well, okay, send him down for who? Because we didn't have anybody to replace him. Well, that's not necessarily the case now. And I believe that the trade deadline, the one that came out of nowhere for Caballero, was a direct impact with their weaning away from Volpe, and then the signing of Max Schumann in the offseason, signing/trade for Max Schumann, who is an everyday shortstop to begin with, was another backup plan. So there are pieces in play where the Yankees are not dependent on Volpe's services as a shortstop.
So then, like the question is, let's just say with what about Jazz now? Like I know we've everyone's had their opinions about Jazz. I have as well too. I did my piece with him, but like in regards to that, so if you're let's just say if you're going to move Volpe to second, I'm not saying right now, but eventually do that as a potential trade piece. What's going to happen with Jazz?
Personally,
Jazz
I
is-
would have no heartburn moving Jazz at the deadline whatsoever.
Same here.
I would trade Jazz. I would look for a team. If I think Jazz is toxic for this clubhouse. I think the Yankees are trying to move away from that type of player who is self-centered, thinks about himself too much, and we had a lot of guys like that in the past. Sheffield, to a point, I think Clint Frazier was a little bit like that.
No, he was a lot like that. He was a pain in the ass.
Yeah, and he goes he had his own podcast complaining about it.
Yep. But
So
long and short, when Clint Frazier moved on from the Yankees, he went to the Cubs. What did he do there? Dick. He got DFA'd from the Cubs, and hence ended his major league career. You heard a lot about his bat speed. Well, bat speed is great if you hit the damn ball, and Frazier just didn't do enough of that.
So then let's pivot to Jazz. Then let's just say that's what I asked with Volpe. With like let's just say who would be potential trade partners with us, an investment in Volpe with other trade partners. But how about Jazz? Like, what do you think we can get out of Jazz? And of course, I would not like to resign him. I don't want to see him back personally. But if we're going to have any profit with that, with any profit and return on your investment, let's just say what do you think we would get out of Jazz just to squeeze? And of course, yeah, Jonathan, you hit everything on the head with that. I agree with that. Pretty much what Jazz is. But let's just say if we do move Jazz, who do you think is the potential trade partner, and who do you think we will get in return? I'm not saying a specific player, but let's just say like general based, like whether it's like a top 20 prospect, top 50. Like I'm very curious about that too, because I would not like to see Jazz back next season.
Well, you probably get someone between 15 and 30 plus someone below 30. Maybe.
Jonathan, just to point out there, these prospects from 15 to 30, they can't have an OnlyFans girlfriend. Just want to point that out because Jazz has that. So go on. I'm sorry.
Well, these guys probably want to have a job and keep their job. So doing things provocative is not in their best interest.
There you go. Okay. Like that.
I think that if the Yankees move Jazz, it's not going to be for a prospect. It may be for a high leverage bullpen arm that has 1, maybe 2 years on contract on his deal.
They definitely want. The Yankees have been moving to trades. Every player they've gotten back in the last year has control. So they don't want someone just for 2 or 3 months. They want someone for the next year or two.
But for Jazz, a 2 or 3 month trade would be equitable because the gaining team is only going to have him for 2 to 3 months.
Yeah. So it all will depend on need, really.
So
I mean, one of the trade partners to look at, if they could continue to do their collapse, are the Phillies.
Phillies.
Okay.
So who would you like from the Phillies?
If I had my ultimate, although he's on the DL, Duran,
Good band.
Yeah.
and he is on a 1-year deal.
All right, see, I thought you said Duran.
Go Ant.
I know.
Go
He's
Ant. Yeah.
And he's not on the IL.
Okay.
They took him off the IL on May 5th.
Okay. I knew that he had been on the IL.
Yeah, but Duran, if the Phillies are trading Duran, they will want a shiny penny, not something you can just walk on the street and pick up.
It depends on the need. We may have to put in a kicker for a prospect, maybe one of our lower leverage starting arms.
Yeah. Look, the guy I think they traded for Duval, Parks Harbor. I think he will be a good third baseman. I'm just, I mean, I like McMahon, but I like young prospects with control better.
I don't see the Yankees moving off McMahon at all.
No, they're
His
not.
glove,
That's who they traded last year in the Duval
yeah.
trade after they got
Remember that?
after they got McMahon. But he was a third baseman. The problem is the Yankees, even though he was killing AA ball, the Yankees never moved him up to AAA.
You talking about the prospect? Or you talking about
The
who are you
prospect,
talking about?
Parks Harbor, that they traded.
Okay.
He was a third baseman that they traded to I believe for Duval after they got McMahon.
Yeah. Okay. That was the last trade that they made too, right?
I
Duval?
believe so.
Yeah. Okay.
They didn't need a third baseman anymore after they got McMahon.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. So a lot of people just, whether it's Yankee fans or just content creators are like, oh, we need they're just saying this without any substance. And the reason why I'm just throwing out these questions to you, I want to hear this from everyone in the chat as well, but from you guys too, because I want to hear pretty much what's different from like everyone else is saying from the fans too. I'm just very curious from a different perspective. A right-handed catcher. Okay. You shout it out, but it's not going to happen. You can rub your genie bottle, propane bottle, whatever bottle you have 3 times. It's not going to happen, but you can say it. It's still not going to happen. That's great. You can shout it out on rooftops and bridges. It's not going to happen. So we want a right-handed catcher. How is that going to happen? And is it plausible at the trade deadline, or is it plausible for the next month or two if Yankees get lucky with that? Or if they move someone from the minors to the majors? What do you think that that case is going to be with that?
well, I will tell you the 3 catchers that we have at Scranton, none of them are viable candidates for the major leagues.
Yes, I agree with that.
You saw what they had during spring training, and they are not anywhere near, and they're not doing much better down there in Scranton. Do I see Wells as a long-term solution behind the dish for the Yankees? Well, no, I don't. I don't see Escara as. I think I could see Escara being a backup regardless. As far as a right-handed catcher, there are several teams that have right-handed hitting catchers who are okay in their farm system. The first and foremost is the St. Louis Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
Cardinals have 2 prospect catchers that are in their top 30 and in the major league top 100. They have a quality catcher at the major league level. So they are not going to be able to bring all 3 of those. And I think the 2 top 100 catchers are estimated to show up in the major leagues in 2027.
Ooh.
So they're almost there and ready. So I think that one of them is a viable trade candidate. One of them is a right-handed hitting catcher. The other one is a switch hitting catcher who hits well from both sides of the dish. Both catchers are plus defenders. The switch hitter has a howitzer for an arm. He is probably the better defender, and I think he is the number 12 prospect in Major League Baseball, possibly. He may be the one that they hold on to. The other guy, I think that they will move. One of the areas of need for the St. Louis Cardinals is starting pitching because they don't have it. Could we package, say, a healthy Luis Hill and one of our prospects to fill that void? Certainly, I think we could.
I like that. Okay.
There is one catcher that the Yankees have in single A right now, and he has a long way to go, but he has potential. His name is Luis. I don't know how you pronounce this one. Puello, I think. Puello. He's only 20 years old, and he has a lot of upside. But again, he's in single A, and he's only 20. So
Yes.
he's a name we'll probably talk about next year, not this year.
I was about to say that too. Yeah, exactly. And he's and again he has upside, but the downside is that he's not 21, so he can't drink. So that's the only thing. But even with Ken's drinking now. I know it's something else, but like
Yeah.
We're talking about young players, not.
I know, guys. Okay, but with him, do you have anything that's sort of like I don't like a typical cliche scouting report, but any growth in terms of his stats? I know it's like really early to say, but do you see any promise with him?
I need to do more research on him.
Okay.
Maybe, but I think he could be a name the Yankees might call in the future. Definitely not this year, but he's only been with. I think he signed with the team in 2023.
Oh wow. Okay. Still ripe.
Yeah, so he's been with the Yankees organization only 3 years.
Gotcha. All right.
To answer a question by D-Rod, Higgy is actually on a 3-year deal. They have a mutual option for 27, and at the end of the 28th season, he is an unrestricted free agent.
He's in Texas, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll put what his numbers are in the private chat, and Nick, you can check
Sure.
it out for yourself.
Awesome. Thank you, Jonathan. Okay, I'll take a look at that now.
So I don't see Higgy as a possible trade candidate. I don't think after Texas dumped Jonah Heim and a bunch of other players that they're looking at moving a catcher that they've got a few years of control with. And I believe that Higgy might actually be their primary catcher.
Now, here's another question that I actually talked with Jason about a while ago, but with the expanded playoff, do you think it would be a better idea to move the trade deadline back by 2 weeks?
I don't see any problem with that. Would it? I don't know. Would it affect the weather? I don't know.
Because the reason why I asked that, first, 2 reasons. One is the expanded playoff, but two, before the current trade deadline was the end of July, it used to be August 15th. So my thinking is, with the expanded playoffs, you have 2 more weeks to really know what direction you're going to in regards to October. So do you think it would be a smart idea in the next CBA to expand the trade deadline by 2 weeks?
I'm sorry. I didn't hear you. I expanded. I thought move it back to.
Extended, not expanded.
Oh, extended. I'm sorry about that, Jonathan. I didn't hear you. I think maybe that is a good idea. Why not? Okay. I thought it was. That's
Well,
why I said, "What are you going to do? Change the weather?" Because you're just moving a deadline to like the week before. Yeah, no, I get it. I don't mind it. I mean, unless
well, what you have right now, the way that the trade deadline is set, is nobody is actually officially eliminated from the playoff race.
Well, that's another positive thing about extending it 2 weeks. You know more about what's going to happen for the rest of your. That's why I bring this up because of the timeline makes more sense in my mind at least, and you could disagree with me to who gets traded, who makes a trade, and who's going to the playoffs.
It would certainly cut down the field because last year, I think at the trade deadline there were 6 teams that were completely out of it. Well, that leaves 24 that are in, and they ain't giving anybody up with the possibility of making the postseason and bringing in extra cash. Rob, I think you'd have to give your leg up to get Duran back, being that he is there starting everything, and he is a freaking pain in the butt. I've been watching him in the Diamondbacks series, and he has been terrorizing them too. I think he's hitting in the 290s and just crushing the ball.
Just so you know, I never liked the Gallo trade.
Yeah, well, the Gallo trade was horse shit, 100%.
Yes, and they gave up Duran and Smith in that deal. You would have had your second baseman if you kept Smith.
Well, they traded Smith as the primary prize on the wheel, and Duran was a kick in, and Duran actually surpassed Smith.
Well, maybe they should have put Everson Pereira instead. Give them an outfielder.
or maybe not get Joey Gallo ever again, or maybe they should have reversed the process. I don't know. That was terrible.
They should have just not taken on that money. And I don't like the fact that the Yankees always feel like they have to trade for a bigger contract.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But I will tell you what, when you're talking contracts, with the plethora of prospects that we have that are coming in, those guys are on 5-year league minimum deals, or 3 of them. So you're about to shed some contracts and get a lot of freaking cap space. Well, going threshold space. I mean, they don't call it a cap, but it is.
Yeah. Hey, is that SGA? Hey, SGA, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up, Nick? How you doing?
I love it. What's up, man? How you doing? Good to see you.
I'm doing great. It's great being on the panel.
All right.
Wonderful
I was
gentlemen.
I was getting a little worried. You were silent. I thought something happened. Good to see you, my friend. How are you?
So the San Francisco Giants are they play 43 games. There's 119 games left in the season for the Giants. Looking bleak right now for my team right now. I was watching the Dodgers and Giants game. Willie Adames, what the hell was Willie Adames doing yesterday? He didn't. He forgot that there was two. He forgot about that there were still outs in the game, and he made a blunder yesterday, and we lost yesterday. We could have swept the Dodgers yesterday in Game 3, but now we got to take the series in Game 4. Willie Adames lost his mind yesterday.
Well, I mean,
Really. What was he thinking?
No,
yesterday?
that crazy humping thing that they did in the outfield 2 days ago. That was
Willie Adames. What was Willie Adames thinking yesterday?
I don't know. I'm not Willie Adames. I can't tell you.
It's Willie Adames. Willie Adames. There you go.
I'm gonna be watching more Giants games, but I think we got a good team right now. We got a good roster right now. We got Matt Chapman, we got Jungwoo Lee, we got Ryan Walker. I mean, we got a lot of good players on our team, but I think Ryan Walker should go from the Giants. I think he blows games for us. Whenever we put him in the ninth as a closer, he always gives up runs for our team. I hate Ryan Walker. I just hate Ryan Walker to everything.
Oh dear.
He should never be the closer for our team. Never.
Who do you think should be the closer?
Keaton Wynn should be the closer.
Okay. Well, all right. So, can you do any substance with that argument? Why should he be the closer instead of Walker?
I think Keaton Wynn is doing a much better job because I've watched Keaton Wynn in Giants games and I've never seen him give up runs.
Okay. Is that it?
That's it.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on your Yankees? How has
Well, I
your
have
Yankee
many
season
thoughts.
been going?
I don't know. If you tuned in yesterday to NY Yankee Mania, I gave my thoughts with that. But I thought, no, I have many thoughts with that. But I think that, I don't know, that's a little too broad. You may have to sort of break that down to what do you think about certain departments or certain categories with the Yankees.
Well, I mean, if you look generically, the Yankees have been hit by the injury bug here over the last 2 weeks, losing Dominguez, Caballero, and possibly Freed. I haven't seen any reports on what came from his imaging, other than he does not have a UCL tear.
Justin, I have a question for you. Which players do you think the Yankees should keep, and which players do you think the Yankees should let go from the roster? Any specific players you like that you prefer that want to stay on this team for the remainder of the duration of the season?
Well, I'm sure every player wants to stay on the roster. That's
But who are the bums on this team that you think should go? Do you have any bums on the Yankees that you completely have no respect for? Absolutely.
Are you now getting personal? Where
No, I'm just asking, Jonathan. Are there any bums on the Yankees?
Go ahead, Jonathan.
I think eventually, right now, I'm not sure if I would keep Angel Civelli, but he's on the IL.
And he's on the minor leagues. So
He's in the minor league. So the active roster, I mean,
No active roster.
no, our team is fine.
I think we have the only guy that I think I would like to change out of this roster is Jazz Chisholm Jr. I think Jazz Chisholm Jr. is toxic.
And why do you say that? You can you please back it up with some evidence why you say that?
Because his behavior when his behavior publicly is not exactly team friendly, let's put it that way, or appropriate. I think the way he presents himself is not exactly. For example, if you were going to an interview for a job and you presented yourself in a way that Judge Chisholm presents yourself, you'd probably be walking out of that interview and never getting a call back.
There you go.
So you're saying that if you go for an interview and if you don't present yourself in a professional manner, you're not getting the job. You're not going to get the job.
No, you're not. No one's.
There's no way you're going to get the job.
No one's going to hire you if you behave like Judge Chisholm.
You just answered your own question, SGA. I don't.
Let's see. Jazz is hitting close to the Mendoza line. He came in the season in his contract year boasting about being a member of the 50-50 club, and he hasn't hit 5 home runs yet, and we're 25 or 20% through with the season.
So
his stolen bases have not been good, and he has been picked off or thrown out at third base more times than you can shake a stick at, to the detriment of the team. His
So,
ABS his let me finish. His ABS challenges are near the worst in the league. I've never seen somebody challenge balls right down the freaking heart of Broadway, thinking that they're balls and them being lit up as strikes. What he has done on the field, and he is demanding a $35 million a year AAV contract. I don't know what crack pipe he's smoking, but he's not getting that from the Yankees.
Hey,
He's not getting 30 million. He's not even worth $7 million a year. He's playing like a $2 million a year player, like a bench player. And his defense is not great. I mean, at this point, I think Gleyber Torres would be a better option.
Oh, at least you'd have a leadoff hitter.
Jonathan, so Willie Adames is one of my favorite is a great player, but sometimes like the blunder he made yesterday. He's a good player. He won the Willie Mack Award. I was at the Giants game when they announced the Willie Mack Award winner, and Willie
I don't
Adames
know what
won
the hell that is.
the Willie
the hell
Mack
is that?
Award is an award given to a player who shows like on and off the field, like they're in the community, they show good things for the community, and it's an award that they give to a Giants player who it's the greatest honor a Giants player can ever receive. He won the recent Willie Mack Award, but you can't make blunders like that. Like, you're in front of all these fans, you're embarrassing yourself in front of everybody in a game. Like, you can't be making mistakes like that. Like, you got to learn from those mistakes and make sure those mistakes don't happen in the next game.
Well,
I
Because
don't
if you
think
make
I don't.
mistakes,
All
how are you
right,
gonna
all right.
learn?
Hold on. Every player on the planet makes a mistake. In the 2024 World Series, Jubbs drops a fly ball in center field that essentially started the avalanche of our collapse in Game 5.
yeah.
He's conceivably the best player on the planet, and he screwed up. Garrett Cole did not follow the first base when Rizzo knocked down a ball, which could have ended the inning. But no, he ended up throwing 20 more pitches. The players make mistakes. It happens.
And
The San Francisco Giants were losing 4-0, and you cannot do those blunders when you're losing in a game. You're getting your ass freaking beat, and you're doing these idiotic blunders on the field. What are you doing? You're playing the Dodgers, who are one of the best teams in baseball, Shohei Ohtani, and you're doing these blunders when you're losing. What are you doing? Don't do this when you're losing.
The Dodgers are an okay team.
No, but
not
they have
the
Shohei
Bible.
Ohtani, and they have Mookie Betts, and they have Freddie Freeman.
yes,
So
they
what?
do.
Freeman.
No,
Freeman is an old-
but when your team is losing,
If you're
cannot
going to
pull.
ask a question, you got to let people answer. Freeman is an old man who has been hurt for 3 years. He is on the last leg of his career. Period.
No, but what I'm trying-
Betts
Hold on.
has been screwed. Betts has been screwed up by being moved to shortstop. He is a far superior second baseman and right fielder than he ever thought about being a shortstop. And his numbers at the plate are reflecting that. And Ohtani is a great hitter. I don't think he's a great pitcher, and they paid him $70 million for the next umpty amount of years. And they're going to get they may be getting 2 more years of him on the bump before the shit is all said and done. The Dodgers have more money than God, and they have spent it and they have wasted it. They spent money on Tanner Scott, $17.5 million a year to be their closer. Absolute bust. They spent ridiculous amount of money on Roki Sasaki, the next wonder god for pitching. He was sent to the minors and brought back as a reliever as opposed to a starting pitcher. So they've got money to screw around with, and they can take busts. When you're run by a $330 billion hedge fund and you're the wealthiest team in baseball, you can afford to hand out idiot contracts. I mean, look at Kyle Tucker. Kyle Tucker is being paid $60 million a year for the next 5 years. In what planet is he worth even half of that.
He's not. And
So
that
the
is
the San Francisco
what the Dodgers are doing is a problem for baseball because not every team can do that.
So, SGA, what are you trying to ask? What's your point?
So the San Francisco Giants hired Tony Vitello as their manager for the Giants,
Okay.
and they made a mistake to hire him because you don't hire a college coach who's now in the in Major League Baseball. He
Okay.
has no experience at all. Like Tony Vitello
Oh,
has
come
zero
on.
coaching
All right,
experience at
all right,
all.
all right, all right, hold
No,
on.
but people are
You-
roasting him, saying that why did you
Aaron,
hire
Aaron,
Vitello? He's
Aaron,
they're slandering him.
yeah, because people are stupid in general.
No, but they're saying that
Aaron,
they should
Aaron,
they're saying that they should
hold
fire
on. Let me finish my damn conversation. You asked a question, so I'm opening and answering your question. The Yankees hired Aaron Boone, who had absolutely zero coaching or managerial experience. He was an ESPN analyst. He has over 700 wins as a manager. A lot of people are calling for Boone's head, but you know what? He hasn't done that bad a job.
but I understand what they're saying about Vitello. I understand if they don't like him and what he's doing and they rather prefer he be gone, and Buster Posey should be gone too.
The
Right,
greatest
right.
San Francisco player in modern history.
If you feel that way, write the Giants, and maybe they'll listen to the fans.
So I think the players that the Giants should get rid of that I don't think should be on this team. Devers, he got to go from my team. I would love to see that guy off my team. He should go. Devers should go off of my team. I don't want to see him.
Well, last year you thought he was the.
No, but now people are saying that Devers should go off the Giants. I saw a lot of my friends who are Giant fans. They say Rafael Devers should leave. They don't have much faith in Rafael Devers anymore.
Well, guess what? Rafael Devers is hitting 247 with a 690 OPS. Your favorite player, Willie Adames, is hitting 222 with a 598 OPS. So as far as offensive production, Devers is a better player than Adames. Matt Chapman, one of the guys that you propped up, guess what? He's hitting 228 with a 617 OPS. Anything below 705 is not good.
So I should talk to my friends who are Giants fans, and I should tell them that Matt Chapman and Adames should go, and Devers should stay.
I'm not saying that whatsoever.
No, but
However,
I should talk because they're Giants fans, so maybe I should.
When you sit there and rage about players, the numbers tell you who you are as a baseball player. I mean, my personal opinion, I was glad as hell to see Rafael Devers get traded to the Giants because he freaking brutalized the Yankees.
SGA.
And a lot of people said, that Devers was a clubhouse cancer. Well, I'm not sure that he was a clubhouse cancer, but I know for a damn fact that he didn't get along with Joey Cora. Oh, by the way, they fired Cora.
Yeesh.
And Rafael Devers was also a Yankee killer.
Yeah. And your manager that your fans are hating on, guess what? This guy's got 40 games, 40, 50 games in the major leagues as a manager. And you're going to make a decision on the guy after 50 games, 20% of the season. That's a little ridiculous, don't you think? If you're a damn Giants fan, support the team that's there, the Giants. If your friends can't support the team, well, then maybe they need to find a new team to support, like the former Oakland A's, or maybe they're Dodgers fans or something.
Or new
fans.
So
Rafael Devers has 5 home runs on the season, and I think he has like 38 or 39 home runs I'm mixing that up. I think you know what I mean.
No, we don't.
Well, I know that Candlestick Park is a bear of a place to hit home runs in. You brought a home run hitter.
No one can stay puck.
And you look at Willie Adames. Willie Adames was noted as a power hitter. And I know for a damn fact that his power numbers are seriously down. So you have to tailor the team to the place where you play 81 games at. So was Devers and Adames the smart signings? Probably not.
So Nick, Rafael Devers has 5 home runs in the in the season, and he has 240 home runs in his career.
That's awesome.
He's gonna go. He's gonna surpass 300 plus home runs in his career.
That's awesome. What do you think about that? You want to trade him still?
I want to see him. Now I like him now. But realizing that he has 240 home runs in his career. Now I want to keep him.
Okay.
I don't want to let him go now. So I should tell my fans or Giants fans, keep Rafael Devers. I mean, he has 240 home runs in his career. That's a big accomplishment. You should keep him.
Well,
I should keep him.
Well, first, SGA, I think you need to get new friends. That's one. And two, I think that whatever you feel and whatever you think, stick by that. Don't let anyone tell you differently or change your mind. If you feel something about Rafael Devers in a certain way, like a tingle on your chest or your hairline, whatever it is, it does not matter. If you feel like he's the real deal and you love him, then stick with your words, stick with your guns, man. If you feel like someone's trying to change your mind, then why go towards that?
My friends are changing my mind. They're saying Rafael Devers sucks.
Well,
who are Giants fans?
Well, maybe you should get new
Then
friends.
what tips you recommend I do? Which friends do I talk to who can who are more respect your decision? If that's what you believe in, then you go ahead and believe what you believe in.
I don't know. Go to
SJ. You're a content creator for the San Francisco Giants.
Yes, he is.
You think that Nick can figure that out for you? Come on now, give me a break.
No, but what I'm what are my friends trying to just sway my decision, saying don't buy a Devers jersey. I'm like, I can buy whatever jersey I want. I don't really care about what you guys say. I can buy a Devers jersey. I can buy a Chapman jersey. I can buy a Jungle Lee jersey. Anything I want. Doesn't matter what you guys say. I'll do whatever I want. Even though he's stinking it up, I'll still buy the jersey.
That's fine.
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit.
Okay.
Well, Thank you, SGA. So maybe you should hop off the stream and head to those fans and start talking to them.
I'm a ruthless Giants fan.
No, you're not. You follow your friends.
You're not.
What they say.
No, F all my friends, and I'm gonna do whatever I want. Forget about all my friends who are saying those things.
Now you're saying that because we said that.
No, I'll forget about them.
Okay.
Hey, Ian, welcome to the stream. You know what I think you should do, SGA?
What?
You should change that SF and put an NY in the middle of it. And
so you're saying I should be a Yankees fan now instead of a Giants fan?
Yeah.
Well, welcome aboard.
Giants are having a tough season and right now, and they're 7 games behind 500, which is absolutely awful. I mean, ludicrous. No, it's not seven. It's 4 now. It's 4 now. Like the rapper. No, it's 4. We're 4 games behind 500.
All right.
Yeah, but I cannot be around those Giants fans who put me down like that.
Then don't. Okay.
They make me want to cry. I don't want to be around those delusional Giants fans.
Cry, SGA.
Giants fans are so delusional. You know that? Have you seen that?
No.
They're very delusional.
Okay.
You know the funny thing, SGA, you're talking about being four. You're talking about being 4 games behind under 500. How many American League teams do you think are above 500?
Many.
4. There are 4 American League teams that are over 500.
So then, us comparing to all those teams, we look really bad right now.
Compared to the American League, no.
But I'm saying things are looking bleak right now. Are things looking bleak for your Yankees, or have your Yankees been doing much better than my Giants have been doing?
Well, my Yankees are 27-17.
So yeah, so my Giants are actually awful. So I should be a Yankees fan.
Well, and the Yankees went on a bad streak in the last week.
I'll buy an Aaron Judge. You can take me. I'll join the dark side if you want me to.
Do it.
Yeah,
All right,
sure.
go ahead.
SGA, do you remember the last time we were on when you and me were on with Ken and Jonathan also?
I
This is-
remember.
You
I
remember
remember.
when you made that bet? You tried to make that bet. There was a bet that you made.
I made a bet.
No, I know, but I'm saying with that series with the Giants and the Yankees, do you remember that you had a bet? I don't know. Maybe you should replay the channel on Ken the Ugly Truth. I don't know. That's a little promo plug right there, Ken. Why don't you replay that and see what bet you tried to do? Because we all remember that.
It didn't go well.
I know it didn't. And
No,
I
you
also
lost the
asked
bet.
you.
And
Yep, you lost the bet too.
That's why I never want to make bets. Because whenever I
know.
make bets, my bets always fail miserably wrong. I mean, they're not even close. I make like the most boneheaded predictions, and people laugh at me. They
Well,
say, "What kind of predictions are you making?"
that's
Well, then
right.
you'd be right in the you'd be right in the core with Yankee fans.
I don't use
then.
my noggin. Whenever I think, I don't use my noggin. You know, you have to use your brain to think, and I
Well,
don't
yeah,
think with my brain. That's why I
of
make all
course.
kinds of say all kinds of stupid shit.
Well, yeah, you're supposed to think with your brain. That's true.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And I don't.
Well, I know.
And I mean, you guys signed the
And
best
that's where I
player
make
on the
irrational
planet
decisions, right?
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Arson
act
Judge.
irrationally.
Arson Judge signed with the Giants.
I act irrationally with no ration.
Okay, SJ.
I like to
you've
bring
had enough.
entertainment to the show. People bring me. I'm the entertainer of the show.
Yeah.
People say that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your friends?
No, my friends call me the entertainer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, SJ. I'm going to drop you down.
Hey, it's great coming on.
Yeah.
Love your content. Love everything you do. I'll keep joining all these open panels when you have it. I'll keep continuing to be a member.
All right. Thank you,
See you
sir.
later.
Appreciate it.
See you later.
Yeah. And
my
now
God,
we're
I'm
back to
exhausted.
Yankee talk.
Yeah, well, that was entertaining.
Jonathan, I think you were trying to say something for the past 2 hours. You want to say anything now?
Well, I think
Holding it in.
I think I was getting too entertained. I forgot what I was going to say.
Oh my God. I just want that time of my life back. Yeah, I don't know what substance that was. I don't even know what we're debating or arguing about, but whatever. I guess not even entertainment. I don't know what that was, but going back to the Yankees, you guys want to talk about the Subway? I was going to say Subway World Series this back in 2000. It's not happening. It was almost about 26 years ago. Oh my goodness, 26 years ago. Well, let's talk about the Subway Series that's going to
Subway
happen.
Series in 2000. Let me see if I can even remember.
Such a war, baby. Oh, I love that. Do you want to go on? And also, too, I'm sorry. I just want to mention the Mets with the Yankees. Also, what's interesting, too, is going to be the Toronto Blue Jays. The first time the Yankees are going to face them this season after the Mets series. But before you want to go into that, let's talk about the Mets Subway Series. That's going to be amazing. I'll start it off. Just roll out the red carpet here. I think it's gonna be Yankees should not have their guard down, especially the way the Mets are playing. It does not matter. The Mets will do any make any noise whatsoever. It does not matter how they're doing or how they're playing. If the Yankees let their guard down, it's gonna be an easy series. You just don't know. I just want the Yankees to be aware that the fact that even they're playing the Mets, they still have to do well in every regard to that too. So I don't know who's the opening starters. If you guys have that,
Cam Schlittler.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Schlittler, Rodon, and Weathers.
Ooh, interesting. Okay. Wow. Okay.
With regard to the starting pitching for the Yankees, don't know if you're aware of this metric, but two of the least run-supported pitchers in the major leagues is Cam Schlittler and then Ryan Weathers. So, in my personal opinion, the Yankees control their own fate in it. If they hit, we have the pitchers to shut them down. But the question is, are we going to hit?
Yes. Are we? I don't know.
That has been a very big question throughout the last month. If the Yankees even averaged 4 runs a game, they probably would have had 5 more wins.
I agree. Also, it's this would have, could have, should have. It was supposed to happen. It's this is where everyone has that argument.
What happened if Garrett Cole didn't get hurt? What happened if Jason Dominguez didn't bang his head against the wall?
Yes,
What happened if I don't know, if Spencer Jones starts hitting and become the 300 hitter with 30 home runs by the end of the year? A lot of what ifs.
absolutely.
I mean, the thing that you look at historically with the Yankees, we always seem to limp into the Mets series freaking dinged up. We lost 3 players this week, well, between the last 10 days, walking into this Mets series. Caballero is an impact player. And is Volpe an equitable substitution for him? Well, hell no, he is not.
Yeah.
I'd rather see Schumann take those reps.
Well, let's just, if Volpe continues to not play like a major league player, do the Yankees finally say, we've tried Volpe for 3 years, it's not working. Next year, he is not our starting shortstop. He might not even be on the roster if we have someone.
I don't think there's any question. I don't think he's the starting shortstop next year anyhow.
I know that's what you think and that's what I think, but is that what the Yankees will think? Is it time, if Volpe cannot show that he's a major league ready player, is it time to move on from Volpe?
What would be the timeline? What's a realistic timeline for Volpe to show promise this season? Put aside his injury that the Yankees hid. They were playing a beautiful board game with let's hide the injury. Like, well, what do you think the timeline for?
I think it should be August 1st. If he's up here from now until August 1st and he did not show any progress,
okay,
I think by the end of the year you have to make a decision whether to keep him or not.
That is a good timeline. I'm sorry, Ken. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I don't see Volpe being part of the Yankees come the trade deadline. I think he's getting moved.
That's exactly August 1st is the day after the trade deadline.
I mean, God's honest truth. We drafted 7 shortstops last year. We have the perennial. Well, I'm talking in the major league draft. I'm not talking about international free agents.
No. Last year we drafted 7. The year before we drafted more. The year before we drafted Lombard. So we've drafted at least 12 shortstops in the last 3 years.
Lombard Jr. is sitting at AAA.
Yeah, and he's showing himself. I mean, his average is not up there yet, but probably by July he might be ready to be called up.
God's honest truth, what I see with Volpe, he has 10 days in the major leagues. That's it. As soon as Caballero touches the field, Volpe is gone. They will send him down again. Volpe may be taking reps at second base since Lombard Jr. is down there at Scranton playing shortstop.
And maybe that's a better position for him.
Could be. Regardless, I think come the end of the season, if he is still part of the Yankees organization, I believe that they will non-tender him. If they cannot move his contract, I cannot see them paying him $3 million to sit in the minor leagues and do jack bone.
I agree.
That I don't know. I mean, like, do you think that's the way that the Yankees view him as like their future? just looking at the Yankees like point of view, like he's our future of our team.
But
Even though he's like not just what's happening right now in regards to Volpe, do you think
but,
that I don't know. I mean, it's really hard for at the Yankees point of view, I'm saying.
but
It's really hard
from
for
the
them.
Yankees' point of view, you've given Volpe 3 seasons to
Yes.
prove
Yeah.
that if he really is our future, show it on the field. Every season since his rookie year, he has regressed.
Yes, he has.
So
I mean, if you look at Volpe as a composite, he was Gold Glove winner his rookie season. Although I don't feel that he actually deserved the
it
Gold
was
Glove,
Gold Glove by default.
he won it. His hitting was 209 in his first season.
Yeah.
He pounded 20 home runs, I believe.
Yeah.
His second season, they told him, we don't want you to be a home run hitter. We want you to be a contact hitter. So his home run production went down to 10, and he hit 239, below league average. Then last year, that godforsaken mess where he had career high in errors, led the league in errors as a shortstop, and his batting was abysmal at best. We sent him down to the minor leagues to see if we could get something out of him. Well, guess what? Base running errors in the minor leagues. No improvement in hitting in the minor leagues. No improvement in the glove in minor leagues. I think the Yankees may not be saying it out loud that we're ready to move on from Volpe, but their actions say a whole different genre. With the drafts that they've made, with the positioning of Lombard to come back into the major leagues, it would not surprise me even remotely to see him called up as part of his September call-ups.
Well, that's another thing what I mentioned earlier. I would not be surprised if Volpe is fully healthy that he be used in a trade in July.
I'll be back in a sec.
Yeah.
I think the trade deadline this year will tell you a lot in the direction the Yankees want to go. Even more than last year.
So even with that too, Jonathan, let's just say I mean, people, I'm not saying you or anyone in the chat, but like people are already talking about the trade deadline who are trade candidates to fill in certain positions. Like, is it lost? Like, is everything lost right now? Where, look, I get it too. Like, look, guys, I'm gonna look, this is Kent's channel. It's uncensored, but I could say on NY Yankee Mania, I did make a analogy where the bottom half of the lineup is so anemic, they can't hit. You can't even get a domestic violence case against them because they can't hit. It's very true. I just think that the bottom of the lineup needs to reorg, do a resetting, relocation, whatever you want to call it in the corporate world. I think that right now, even with Jazz and Wells and look, I don't want to include Spencer Jones. He's pretty new to this, and of course, he's getting flack for that. But in regards to the like with the offense too, everyone is just switching on to the trade deadline. Who can we have to supplement someone that's going to get DFA'd? And this is all hypothetical. Let's DFA Wells.
Well,
Hold on one second. Let's DFA Wells. Let's DFA Ryan McMahon. Let's DFA everyone in the infield like Jazz or trade him. Fine. Okay. Who are you going to get right now? There's no answer. Again, I agree. I agree with the offense. The bottom of the lineup doing terrible. I had my analogy just right now. But there's also a two-way street with that where it's like, all right, you want them gone. Who do you want to supplement that right now? Is it going to work? I don't know. What if they do even more terrible than Ryan McMahon, who's been training in the WNBA, I heard, to get his strength up? I don't know. He's doing tennis matches in the, just to get his swing up. I don't know. I don't know what's happening with the bottom of the lineup. They look lost right now. But I'm not shooting down the Yankees. I am not. I'm just calling it like it is. Of course, you can say that they are improving slightly. Not good enough in our eyes. Why? Because we're very impatient. We want them to do good now. We want them to win now. And of course, the Rays, absolutely the Rays, are a big thorn and has been a big thorn in our side right now too. So we have to be careful of that. We can't let that go. Just wanted to point that out. Pretty much the elephant in the room, just the obvious in the room as well. So
Well, the Rays, remember, the Rays are probably one of the best scouting teams there is.
oh, absolutely.
They're probably one of the smartest teams also with players.
Mhm.
And they seem to win every single trade they make. I don't even remember the last time the Rays made a trade that hurt the Rays.
They don't lose out on trades, period.
No.
To answer Jake's question, do I think there's a chance that they bring Lombard up to replace McMahon if he's not hitting? I don't see that.
No. I think the only way Lombard comes up if they need him in September. That's the only way I see Lombard up this year.
How about injury?
If in September.
No, I'm saying like injury.
Unless there's a drastic injury
Okay.
that McMahon goes down and another infielder goes down, and they have to have another quarterback. Then yes.
I don't know if you've been tracking Lombard Jr. down at Scranton. He's been taking reps at second base.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So if Jazz goes down for the count like he does every year, I could see him coming up to replace Jazz.
Yeah. Okay. But I think the Yankees will hold on to him in AAA for as long as they can. That's why I don't see him up before September unless there's a major injury to the infield.
So, just another topic of conversation right now. So yes, it's still early. Yankee fans are impatient. They have that familiar territory. I brought it up yesterday. Familiar territory. I don't want to put out the term running it back because it's like it's been so cliche. It's like you just don't know what to do with that term. But like let's just say it's familiar territory. I made a joke yesterday in regards to Anthony Volpe, the way he performed. It's like he never left a team. He was just the same person, and he's just repeating what he said. That was a joke. I always wanted to see Anthony Volpe perform well and good, especially, of course, Jonathan. Like they gave him enough chances, but I always want to see all Yankee players that are up do good and never fail. I always want to see them succeed. So let's talk about what's going on right now. So people are upset about the offense. People are upset about the bullpen. People are not upset about the starting rotation. Of course, starting rotation, I feel like eventually might crack because they're putting a lot of pressure on them to outperform the bullpen and the offense to make to actually get the Yankees back into the game or just win the game. I just feel like right now, what do you think, guys, our stance with right now? Even though we are in a losing streak, people are angry, people are very pissed off, but also to where do we go with, let's just say it's not even the June swoon, not even the summer swoon, it's the May swoon right now. So where do we go from this? Do you think that we're going to be resilient, even though our track record hasn't really said so? Where are we going to go with this towards the summer season?
I think eventually they're going to call up Legrand-Hay eventually this year. Sometime this year they're going to have Legrand-Hay, and I think if Legrand-Hay is a starter in the minors, they should probably keep him as a starter in the majors.
Okay.
And I wouldn't, if that happens, I would probably put Weathers in the bullpen.
That would make sense.
When you're before kicking back to the last subject,
yeah.
When you sit back and you look at the Rays in general, sure they're winning a lot of games, but look at the teams that they're playing. When they played the Pirates, Guess who kicked their asses? Oh, the Pirates kicked the Rays' asses.
Yeah.
Oh, guess what? When the Pirates played the Reds kicked their asses. Then they victimized the Twins, a poor team. They victimized the Guardians, a poor team. They victimized the Giants, another poor team. They victimized the Blue Jays, who have been struggling mightily. Then they came in and beat up on the Red Sox. And they're back with the Blue Jays again. Are they playing?
It seems like they have had a very easy schedule so far.
They have beat up on bad teams. That's why they're winning a lot. When they face the quality teams, they got their asses handed to them.
Yeah.
And guess who they're playing next? The Rays are playing the Marlins, another struggling team. Then they follow up with the Orioles, another struggling team. Then they come to the Bronx. So we'll see what's what.
Well, I don't know. When do the Rays have a tough time in their schedule?
So then I was gonna say, how about the AL East? So a lot of people have been saying too that the AL East they've done poorly. Obviously, they have injuries. Obviously, so what excuse are they giving in regards to, let's just say, with the Yankees? They can't compete with the Yankees right now because they're going through some stuff right now. Does that even make sense? Because they didn't feel sorry for us last season. So like, what excuse are they giving where it's like, you know what, the Yankees are doing good because they're facing bad AL East teams? Put aside the Rays. They haven't faced the Jays yet. But even so, like that, it's still early in the season. So why are they even making that argument now?
Because it's a talking point.
Okay. All right.
A straight talking point. I mean, like I said, when the SGA was on, there are only 4 damn teams in the American League that have over a 500 record, and 2 of them are in the AL East. The other team is the Guardians, 24 and 21, so they're barely over 500, and the A's at 22 and 21.
Yeah, the Rays really don't have a tough schedule until September.
And Gerald, welcome to the stream. You can't. Who can argue with Yogi Berra not being one of people's favorites?
But is there,
to answer your question, Cruz? We do not have a status on Max Fried, and if Fried ends up on the IL, I think that ERC will be the first call. If it's not ERC, then who was it? Brendan Beck, who had a good major league debut with us, could be another possibility. Right now, LaGrange isn't on the 40-man roster. There's some room to navigate with. Kerwin Castro might be the victim in that deal. Another one who could be a victim, and I'd really hate to see it, is Yuri De Los Santos. De Los Santos has been like the freaking Yo-Yo Express.
Yeah.
And every time he comes up from Scranton, he does a great job with us. And then he pitched 3 innings. Oh, congratulations. You did fantastic. You saved our bullpen. Merry Christmas. You're going back down to Scranton.
Jason Dominguez is on the IL.
I mean, is the team perfect? Well, certainly not. And it will never be perfect. Yankee fans will never, unless we went 162-0 and swept every team in the postseason and won the championship in 4 straight, they're going to have something to complain about one way or another.
So the Brewers series and the Orioles series, that was I think they were 1-6, I believe.
Yep,
So
absolutely.
yeah, so I think that was very horrendous. I think that was very bad. Look, and just I have to point out the offense was bad. And look, when you say the offense was bad, it were some we have to sort of break it down where it's like when you say the offense, it's a whole. People say, "Oh, their whole offense as a whole was bad." Well, then you have to break it down. It's like, all right, and of course, there's no takeaways to the Yankees losing games. There's no
You know
there's not
what's
spring training. That's the thing. I'm sorry, Ken. Go ahead.
the funny thing is, as well as the Brewers did against us, they're not even leading their own damn division. They're in second
They're
place
not.
behind the Cubs.
Yep.
I mean, we haven't seen a team like that. I mean, the first thing that I would tend to think, even last year, the Brewers got some magic with that team. They have lost some quality people, and they still keep winning. They lost Corbin Burns, best record in baseball last year. This year, they traded Freddie Peralta, their pseudo ace. They lost Brandon Woodruff. They come up with Jacob Mizrowski in this ridiculous bullpen. So they are a fantastic team, and us taking our lumps against them. Okay, I can see it. The Orioles, a little agitated with that series. I thought that we definitely had the opportunity to win 2 out of 3 in that one and pissed it away. And yes, yesterday the offense was pitiful. However, Kyle Bradish, the pitcher that they had, remember, he was the Orioles ace 2 years ago before he had Tommy John surgery. So he's not a scrub by any measure.
So how do we rebound? Let's just say with the Yankees, like how to like everyone has been. Oh, there's always tomorrow. There's always the next day. There's always a better day ahead. So how? And we've heard this before. So how do we go about to even with the Yankees? Like and again too, I'm not saying that they're going out there to pretty much play like shit, but and that's not their main priority. But like after a loss like that, what can be done to pretty much tell the Yankees, do better tomorrow? Not just a pep talk, but just like this is what you did wrong. Again, not sugarcoating anything and not being like a bully. I always want to say that. Just don't want to get people offended too. Like, well, like what do you say in order to get ahead? Like just to break this slump that the Yankees have right now.
Well, and I mean, granted, I was not a major leaguer. I don't have major league experience.
Okay.
However, I have mentorship from major leaguers.
Okay.
And every time that I was in college and our team at Kansas basically shit the bed, we went back to basics.
Gotcha. Okay.
Whether it be doing PRPs, pitchers bunting practice. It may be a case of, okay, you guys need to get back to the fundamentals and let's do what we do.
That would make sense. Yeah, going back to basics. I mean, how about you, Jonathan? What do you think?
Well, if the Yankees continue to struggle, they have to fix something. If they, I don't know if it's a mental problem they're dealing with. I like to see the hitters at least try to work the count. I've noticed that in many games that they've lost, the starting pitcher still is in the 7th inning with 80 pitches. The Yankees sometimes forget how to work the pitcher. And that's one thing I would love to see the Yankees at least try to do. Foul off some balls if they're having trouble, make the pitchers throw 20 to 25 pitches an inning, and try to beat up the bullpen. Basically, take the Pedro Martinez approach, what they used to do.
Do you think that in fact
Well,
with
well,
sorry.
I'll tell you what. Jake hit the head nail right on the head.
What you
Yankees
agree,
have.
you agree with Jake?
I've posted shorts
I know.
about the ridiculous strikeout rate,
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
strikeouts seem to come in droves when we need situational hitting. You
And-
generally have Jazz Chisholm coming up, and of course, Jazz is going for the home run and strikes out on 3 freaking pitches.
And
Then
that's
the next player
also-
that comes up,
what he said in that post also is another thing that frustrates me. Too many times they swing at the first pitch. Get adjusted to the pitcher and look for the ball you can hit. Don't go up there thinking about swinging for the first pitch all the time.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
The first pitch, regardless of what analytics say, is not always the best pitch to hit.
well, in the extra inning game that we lost, advancing the runner, how goddamn hard is it to lay down a bunt?
Yeah, that's another problem. The Yankees do not bunt. How many times did they lost in extra innings with the runner? Just if they just advanced the runner with the first batter, and they would have had 2 chances to get him home from third.
You know, the funny thing is, the Yankees on the road since the inception of this whole ghost runner bullshit are the worst team in baseball.
Yes.
You know what? When they're at home in extra inning games with the ghost runner, they're the best team in baseball. So it's
That's wild. Oh, man.
it's inconceivable. How can you be the best and the worst at the same time?
I have no idea.
It's impossible.
And as I'm calling every game, and we go into extra innings and we're on the road, I'm thinking in my mind, oh shit, what the hell's about to happen?
And I think the last game, didn't one throwing error make it second and third with nobody out?
Yes. Yes.
So I don't know. It's also the infielders. The infielders need to. I mean, as much as they might like a guy like McMahon, I was never crazy about him. And it seems like McMahon, when his hitting gets better, his fielding gets worse. So stay with what you know.
I like that. That's awesome. That's good, Jonathan. I like that.
But you know, as a composite, the Yankees are holding their own. They've had peaks, they've had valleys. It happens throughout an entire season. And I mean, when you look at it, every team is going to be 60 and 60. That's 120 games. It's a 162 season. So the difference makers are those games that are remaining. I mean, there are a few hundred lost teams, but for the median, most teams will go 60 and 60 at some point.
Ken, what positives can you take out from right now with the Yankees, despite being in first place? Of course, the Rays are right behind it. But what positives can you take out from the offense or the bullpen? But let's start with the offense first, because obviously the starting rotation, they're that's their main strength right now, and the offense is not really supporting that. But what can you take out?
Actually, the Yankee offense leads Major League Baseball in walks. It's sort of funny. As many strikeouts as we have just as many walks. The problem is what we're doing with those walks. It seems like every time the Yankees walk a batter, that son of a bitch comes around to score eventually.
Yeah.
I mean, the Yankees are a team that one day they can be as tall as Mount Everest, and the next day they can be as as low as Death Valley.
So, I mean, as far as Yankees, your top 4 hitters are freaking virtually impossible to get through. Once you get past those top 4, I think some strategic changes in the lineup could improve the offense. And honestly, Trent Grisham sees a lot of pitches and gets on base and is productive. I don't think leadoff is where he could be productive at. We don't have truly somebody in the bottom half of the lineup to anchor it, and Grisham could be that guy. I mean, for God's sakes, the guy has 23 hits and 26 RBIs. That's telling you that he's productive.
So why can't he be the 7th batter?
He can be.
Why isn't he? It
Because
should be.
some jackass on Mike Fishman's staff says that he sees a lot of pitches. We need to have him in the leadoff spot.
Well, maybe it's time to get rid of a guy like Fishman. I know that Jason's been complaining about him for 2 years.
Okay, did you hear me on my open panels last year? Freaking complaining about Fishman calling for his freaking head.
Yes.
Or every time Boone steps in front of the freaking podium and takes the shotgun blast.
You want Fishman with him?
I want Fishman standing right next to him so he can explain those horseshit lineups.
Maybe he gets those lined up directly from the horse.
The thing that I find simply amazing is Boone is one of the few managers who has to have his lineup validated by the analytics department. And it's a debate on what the lineup actually ends up being.
Well, I don't like that. I don't like that the fact that a computer has to write these things. The manager should be hired to do that job. That's why he's the manager. If everything is done by computer, why don't they buy one of these AI robots from these billionaires and then put a Yankee cap on it?
Yeah, they'd be logical, right?
That's basically the way Boone manages. He manages with a computer. He doesn't manage with his eyes.
Oh dear. It's another can of worms you're opening up, Jonathan, right now.
But that's exactly what I'm saying.
I know what you're talking about. I was gonna say, how come you don't put robotics AI type of construction on the ball boys or ball girls?
Well, they're not the one that's making the decision that impacts the game.
I want to see him jump the fence, though. I want to see him do Spider-Man reflexes on the fence. I don't care.
Maybe you should talk to Marvel about that.
Yeah.
You know who I would
Yes, it is.
who I would actually like to see leading off is Ahmed Rosario.
Okay, I like that.
Rosario has a lot of freaking contact on balls.
Okay.
He takes a fair amount of pitches, and he doesn't have blazing speed, but he's got adequate speed.
Ahmed. You gotta get the Fleming. Ahmed Rosario.
Well, there's no H in his name.
Oh no! Did I get it wrong all along? Oh damn!
It's Amed. Ahmed.
Damn it. Okay. I gotta change my thinking now. Okay. Thanks, Ken. Anyway.
Well, I may be able to spell his name, but I can't spell the word freaking from right. As you can tell, sitting next to your head. Some jackass asked me if my last name was Fom. And no, it's not. It's Barry. I think that might have been Kaz. Kaz might have done that one.
Oh, Kaz. Oh, Kaz. You joker.
Hey, Cruz, did you check out my short today? The one that I dropped before the stream?
answer. I can't hear him. I text.
Anyway,
Yeah. Anywho,
what else?
This
can we-
stream,
what
this
else?
stream has hit the 2-hour mark. To my
Woo!
surprise,
Oh my
actually.
God. Ooh.
So I'm thinking that we're just about to end this one, unless
Yeah,
somebody from the
I'm
chat
not
comes
sure
up.
if I can add much to this conversation.
No, I think we covered everything, man. I think, yeah, we covered everything. I love it.
But as far as programming notes go, I plan on dropping another short sometime this evening or tomorrow morning. So check that out. And I will be back tomorrow promptly at 7:10 to start calling the opening game of the Yankees Mets Subway Series, featuring our now ace Cam Schlittler facing off against our former closer Clay Holmes. So it should be a good matchup.
Yeah.
And I want to thank Jonathan and Nick for coming up on the panel, and for all of y'all for hanging out. So most appreciated. If you haven't, please hit the like button, share the channel out. And if you're not a member of the Yankees Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing. And I will end in my traditional fashion with let's go Yankees, and we'll see you in the funny papers. Have a great night.
Never slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. I don't ever slow up.